To podcast or not to podcast? That is the question. 2015 is possibly going to be the year of the podcast. Now, maybe they said that in 2014, but it did do well. Last time I heard, iTunes has over 500 million active users, and in addition you've got Soundcloud and Stitcher and everywhere else you can catch a podcast. Now, should you have one? Well, the decision is up to you because it's a commitment, something you have to do consistently. Remember we talked about consistency? If you start a podcast, you can't take a break. You cannot think, I won't do it for this month, I'll come back to it. Once you get your audience is accustomed to listening to you. If you don't turn up, and they might give you another chance, you don't turn up again, they'll go find someone that does turn up. And there are plenty of options. But why should you? That was the question. Well, in 2015, in America at least, cars are starting to put more connectivity into their dashboards. There are gadgets that work with iTunes, and there are gadgets that work with Android that are going to be standard in cars. Podcasts will just be available. Think of a podcast as radio on demand. No adverts. You listen to what you want, when you want it, about anything. Now, if you haven't looked lately, go into the iTunes system and look in the podcast department. You'll find categories: business, travel, everything. I have no idea how many podcasts are in there, but there are a lot. And there are new ones appearing all the time. Now you may think, I can't compete with all these new ones appearing. Yes, you can. There are new TV shows all the time. They are versions of things that have been done before. But if they do them well, they get popular, they get talked about, people tell their friends, and one day you're famous. Now, what can you podcast about? Anything. Listen to me rambling on about podcasts. In your business, no matter what it is, you have customers. Therefore, you have interest. Therefore, someone will listen. How long is your podcast? How long should it be? These are 5 minutes. It could be 30 minutes. Typical average drive to work, drive home, could be an hour. I know some that will go on for over 2 hours and people listen all the way to the end. You have to be good if you're going to do it for 2 hours so you can get listeners. But it's worth considering. What can you talk about? How often? Try weekly. Daily is a strong commitment, very difficult to keep up. But weekly. I don't think monthly is enough. I don't think bi-weekly is enough. But doing something, make the most of it. And one of the best ways is to interview others. Now, say for instance, I'm in the fire safety industry. Why don't we set up a fire safety blog and interview other people within the fire safety industry? I could interview people worldwide, or I could stick to the UK where we sell. There is untold scope, and you have knowledge. Impart your knowledge. Think about it. This is the year. Don't come running to me in a couple of years and say, oh, John, I heard you say I wish I'd have started earlier. That's what everybody says. I wish I'd started earlier in all aspects of marketing. Anyway, it's up for you to decide. I recommend it. Time for a friendly follow. This time we're looking at a hotel chain. Sorry, not a hotel chain, a hotel. It's in New York. It's RS Hotels, Roger Smith Hotel. I love it. Go look at their Twitter feed. They are a very good user of Vine. Don't see many of those outside of the youngsters age group. They also link to various aspects. They've linked to visitors. They get a lot of retweets, a lot of favourites, a lot of interaction. But it makes, when I look at their feed, it makes me feel that they're real. Hotels are so corporate, so boring. This feels like it's an individual hotel. I can't help but go to their website. Their whole brand of the social, the friendly aspect carries on through the website. And to be honest, I want to go to New York and I want to stay in their hotel. Now, I've been to New York and I've stayed in a very nice hotel. It's called a boutique-y one. Hotel Benjamin, by the way. Very recommended. But the Roger Smith Hotel looks great, and I get the feeling that they will be the friendliest hotel. I get the feeling they would look after me. That all came across from me finding their Twitter stream, looking at their tweets. Imagine what it can do for you. Are you a hotel? Are you a restaurant? Look at RS Hotel. The link will be in the podcast page on the website. So it's worth it. What can it do for you? See you soon.